Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your July reading. Let's go ahead and get started like we always do with one of the oracle cards, or a couple of oracle cards rather. So what is it that Cancer needs to know for the month of July? Okay, move. Okay, I really, really like this card. This is actually like the Chariot card in traditional tarot, so it's actually the Cancer card. And I even love that there is an image of a heart, since you guys really rule the heart space here. You know, I genuinely believe that there is going to be massive movement over the next several months, beginning in July. And when I say massive movement, I actually mean like progress on your projects, progress on your goals, and that there's going to be a lot of attention being paid on really, really pushing things forward and getting that gas pedal kind of pushed down a little bit harder so you can move a little bit faster. And whatever goals you have, whether it's to get a pay raise, to get a promotion, to get that love of your life coming in, whatever it is, there's going to be significant steps taken. I'm not going to say it's fully going to manifest in July, but I think you are going to feel compelled to start taking bigger steps, bigger risks, right? Taking bigger risks, putting yourself out there in new and unique ways that gets that needle pointed in the right direction. I do think Cancer season has the potential to be a higher risk time. Now, I'm not suggesting going and haphazardly doing things. I think there's a lot of strategy, there's a lot of forethought, there's a lot of experimentation still with Jupiter and Gemini. So we still want to be like very flexible with things. But there's still a lot of this courage that's coming through. And so with courage, we can take these bigger steps. We can take the fear out of it a little bit and just kind of go for it. Communication is key, and it will continue to be key with Jupiter and Gemini. Okay, we don't have Mercury in there anymore. Mercury's basically moving into Leo in the next couple of days, or the beginning of July, rather. We have Venus still in your sign. We have the Sun in your sign, Cancer. So the only thing we have left in Gemini is Jupiter, but Jupiter is a big planet. Gemini is still being activated. So yeah, we do need to communicate. We need to tell people what we want. We need to tell people what we expect. We need to set the rules for ourselves, for others, and everything needs to be very clear. Okay, there's no need to muddy the waters with just like expecting everyone to know and understand. And even though it is Cancer season, and yeah, maybe we are a little bit more sensitive to nuance right now, a little bit more sensitive to our body language and facial tics and all that kind of thing, people's energy. Yeah, we can be more sensitive to that during this time, but nothing trumps communication. Right? Communication is still king at this point. All right. So we want to make sure that we're communicating, because that's going to help us move. That's going to help budge that needle so we can actually really, really get to where we're going. All right. Cancer, what else do you need to know for the month of July? As we move through your season and into Leo season, what do we need to know for July here? Start with 3 cards. Okay, first of all, I am really loving the 3 of Wands, because it is an indicator of prosperity and wealth and abundance. Now, you can define those things however you want, okay? The word prosperity, the word wealth, the word abundance, they all kind of take on different meanings depending on who you are and where you are in this life. And there are different levels to that. Okay, so you get to really decide what that means for you. But there is an indication that things are coming your way, and there is going to be a requirement for patience. And I see that with the 4 of Swords as well. However, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. It doesn't mean sit around and wait, because I look at this move card. Okay, I look at this Chariot energy, if you will, and I see transcendence. And I see you having that determination to take yourself from this level to this level, even if that's just a little bit more or a little bit higher or a little bit of an improvement from where you are. There just has to be movement this season. There just has to be movement of some kind. And I think the reason for that is for the sake of like self-respect, for the sake of a sense of fulfillment, for the sake of a sense of accomplishment, right? To feel like you are on track, to feel like you are connected, to feel like you are embodying the essence of this person that you visualize yourself being. Okay, I think this is one of the greatest acts of self-love that you can possibly give yourself. All right, so give yourself that gift, give yourself that option to feel good about yourself. And I'm not saying you're down on yourself as it is. I mean, some of you, yes, some of you, no, but regardless of where you are, it can never hurt to feel like you're giving yourself your absolute best, okay? So it's not really about the things actually coming to you, even though they are, and I think you know they are. It really is more about the faith and knowing that those things are coming and continuing to push forward in the meantime. You know, I used to work at like a financial advisory company, insurance company, that type of thing. It's just as an executive assistant, and I would help out a little bit with the marketing. And one of the things that they used to tell the salespeople was, you know, like, you don't want to just get a lead. And this is basic like sales 101, right? You don't just want to get one lead and then sit and pray and hope that that one lead comes through, right? What you want to do is you want to get a lead, continue to nurture it, and continue to go out and pull in more leads so you can fill that funnel, right? Again, sales 101. If you know anything about sales, it's like basic. And I'm kind of sensing that there are going to be some Cancerians that say, okay, well, I'm waiting for my thing to come in and I'm just going to sit here and wait. And you're going to be waiting for a while. And then there are going to be the Cancerians that say, okay, I might want my thing to come. And yet I'm still going to be focusing on, like, I'm going to be 10 steps ahead. And there's going to come a point where this thing comes in. You're going to be like, yeah, I knew it was coming in, but you're already so busy doing the next thing that it's kind of like, oh, okay, great. Well, like I knew it. And that's what the momentum really does. It's so attractive. And you're going to be able to pull in more a lot faster if you continue to do that, right? Continue to cast that net, continue to grow, continue to evolve, because sitting around and waiting is not going to be of benefit to you at all. And the thing that's really cool, weirdly, I'm going to say it's cool, that Eight of Swords, because a lot of times that Eight of Swords can make us feel stuck, can make us feel trapped or suffocated, or like we have absolutely no control whatsoever. We can't really see things very clearly. But I kind of think Cancer is thriving in that environment right now. It's like, yeah, I can't see where I'm going, and yet I'm completely at peace with that with this Four of Swords. I can't see how this is going to work. I can't see whether or not I'm going to get the results that I want to get, but I'm just going to keep going anyway. It's that base alignment with the highest aspect of yourself that keeps you in this untouchable place. And maybe Cancer, just maybe, you are in quite an untouchable place. And that's why you're going to experience so much movement right now. Okay. Okay, still no major arcana coming out, which I kind of like, because whenever we get mostly minor arcana, which are the numbered cards, right? Like Page of Swords, Six of Swords, Four of Wands, these numbered cards, it's kind of more just everyday life. So it's not these huge, big lessons, these huge, big warnings. That's nothing like that. I think Cancer, it's really found, your success is really found in the day-to-day. It's really found in waking up on time and feeding yourself nutritious meals and going to the gym or exercising in some way, getting in a little bit of a sweat session, right? It's about showing up and being presentable when you leave the house. And it's about those kinds of things that are completely within your control. And when I look at this Page of Swords, I'm definitely seeing like a swiftness, but there's also a freedom coming through. I'm kind of feeling like a freshness, like Cancer is experiencing something very fresh in their life. And it's like fresh air, fresh environment, fresh people, a fresh project. I don't know why fresh is the word that's coming through really strong, but it is. And I think with that sense of freshness, it's like when your house gets really stuffy and you open the windows like in the autumn or the springtime when the weather is just like absolutely perfect and you get those gusts of fresh air coming through and it just feels amazing. It's kind of like that. I think you're getting these gusts of fresh air coming through your life. And that's why this Eight of Swords is so unbothersome to me. It's like, yeah, you could stress about it and yeah, you could worry about it, but why? Like, why would you worry about the big picture? Why would you worry about the things you don't have control over? Why would you do that to yourself? We don't need to be worrywarts here. We can just like wake up today and tomorrow and just do what we need to do and call it a day. As long as we are, like I say, really giving it as much as we can. I'm not saying it has to be at 100% all day, every day, but as long as we're giving it as much as we can and we do start seeing this kind of progress, I think we're going to feel really, really, really good. And I look at this Eight of Swords and I'm like, you're in motion already. You're already in motion and you have been in motion. And I think you'll continue to be in motion. And what's interesting is that I'm not really seeing a lot of other people coming through here. I'm not seeing like relationships or whatnot. So this really is more about how in control of yourself that you are, how in control of your mind you are, how in control of your body you are, and how self-reliant you are and how self-reliant you can be, how willing you are to express yourself, how willing you are to make requests of other people. I think it's okay for Cancer to be a little bit on that selfish side of like, hey, I need you to do this for me. Hey, I need you to give me that money you owe me. Hey, I need you to show up at this time and date. And hey, I need this from you, to be more demanding, because that's the only way that I think you're going to really see the movement that you want. It's time to step into like your boss mode a little bit. Step into that delegating role, that powerful role. Even if you don't normally feel that way, we don't all walk around feeling almighty and all powerful, we're not all egomaniacs, but I do think there's that kind of nice, healthy, hey, we've got something to accomplish and I need you to do this and I need you to contribute in this way and I need you to tell me this and I need you to make this happen. We all have roles, we all have expectations. And what I love about this Four of Wands is I'm really seeing a sense of security, which is huge during Cancer season. And you feeling really secure because it's you, right? It's going to be okay because you're the one that's doing it. You're the one that's showing up. You can rely on yourself. I think you can rely on a lot of other people too. There are certain relationships in your life that are so valuable and they absolutely can help you to make these things happen, to help you to bring your manifestations into a reality. What's funny is I don't see that this is like, oh, it's a month of big change and oh, it's a month of like, oh, everything's going to turn upside. I don't see it that way. I think it's going to be very logical. It's going to be really like, it just makes sense. Like it just kind of has to go this way. This is just what needs to happen. I don't think anything is extra surprising for Cancer. I don't think that anything is out of the box or anything is really all that shocking. It's just things just need to be done. And I am seeing kind of a serious tone coming through here. I think it's really coming from this main card here, like this oracle card. I think it's really coming through that. Yeah, let's see what else comes out. You're getting quite a lot of swords, which tells me this is definitely a like mind over matter type of deal. What else do we have? Okay, King of Cups. I'm just going to tell you right now that I don't think this is going to be one of those months where things go smoothly necessarily. Now, I just said you've got a lot of control, and that's that you have control over the things you have control over, and that I think is really where Cancer is and will mostly place their focus. But I don't know that everything is going to go perfectly. And again, that's something that, again, you shouldn't sit and worry about, oh, what is it that I don't know? And freak out about the things you don't know and the things you can't plan for and the things you could never predict. Because there are going to be some unpredictable things that happen. People are going to do unpredictable things. They're going to say unexpected things. They're going to put you in unexpected situations. But this is what I love about Cancer, right? When you really think of like the crab, where they live on the beach, like literally right where the water comes crashing down around them, right? And they're equipped to handle that kind of tumultuousness. They're equipped to handle that kind of fury. And I think Cancer, regardless of what does come up, because there will be something that comes up, you still feel really, really stable and really, and this is why you can't just sit and wait. You can't just say, okay, my manifestation, I'm waiting for that to become reality. I'm waiting to attract. I'm not going to chase. I want to attract. Look, there's nothing wrong with that kind of methodology. I think that's Law of Attraction 101, and I think that's great. But I do also think that there are certain times when we should just go live our lives, okay? And stop focusing on, oh, I'm attracting this, and oh, I'm attracting that, and oh, I'm manifesting. It's like, just go live your life. Just continue to just go do something, okay? Because if you're sitting around and waiting and something happens, something unpredictable happens, again, I don't think it's like the most shocking stuff. I'm really not seeing a lot of drama, honestly. But I'm looking at this King of Cups and I'm like, you're stable because it's you. Just like you can have this, you can go there because it's you, because you can rely on you. And with the sun in your sign, that's a very common thing to experience. There's a lot of self-focus. There's a lot of self-reliance. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, I'll work with other people. Yeah, I'll collaborate. Yeah, I'll delegate. I'll hire people. I'll communicate all day long. But ultimately, when it really comes down to it, I'm still the one responsible to make sure that these changes happen for me. So you are really bearing the weight of a lot of responsibility. And when something does happen, you're still like this rock. You're still very, very stable. You're still really just contained. Now this, we're going to have to see what comes out as clarifying this. Because I'm kind of seeing this as maybe like 1 or 2 days. This may have to do with Chiron retrograde. Chiron is retrograding on the 26th of July, so the very end of the month. And I think this coincides with that. Okay, so there might be a couple of days when you're feeling really not so great. Okay, and yes, you will worry, and yes, you will have insecurity, and yes, you will doubt yourself, and yes, something unpredictable will happen, and yes, you'll have to deal with it, and you'll hate dealing with it. Okay, you'll hate the fact that these words are coming into your head. You'll hate it's just not a comfortable place to be, but you bounce back very quickly with this Ace of Swords. To me, this Ace of Swords is like someone snapping in your face and being like, okay, snap out of it, right? Boom, slap you across the face a little bit, wake up, get out of it. You're putting yourself in a position, because when you're here in your Nine of Swords and you're all in your head and you're anxious and you're worried and you're not sleeping and you're not eating, right? It's because you're concocting something up here that may or may not be real, may or may not be merited, may or may not have a lot of evidence to prove that that's true or not, And I think this is you kind of snapping back to reality and saying, all I can do is just wake up today and do what I need to do. And that comes back to what we were talking about at the beginning with that Three of Wands of like, don't sit around and wait. Go focus on other things. Don't wait for this one thing to come and change your life. You get up, go change your life in some other way, and just wait for that thing to come. Because it will come in the meantime. Like in the meantime, you might as well go be doing something productive. You might as well be building something. You might as well be working really hard towards something that you care about. Right? You might as well be doing that. And I think for the most part, you're okay with that. For the first part of the reading, you're like, yeah, I'm totally cool with that. That makes a lot of sense. But then we hit this thing. It's like, oh man, I really wish that would come through. I really wish that money would come in. I wish this person would act like this. I wish they would just tell me that they loved me. I wish that this, I wish that that, it's like, ugh. This is your powerlessness coming out, just a brief stint. And then boom, you snap out of it because you're like, that is not helpful. It's not helping me. It's not helping anyone else. It's not helping my cause. It's not going to be beneficial. And so I think you get your head on straight really, really, really quick after maybe a day or two of self-pity, of feeling, of emotion, maybe crying, whatever. And then it's like back to business as usual because that's what needs to happen. Okay, there's a lot of determination in the sky right now and a lot of perseverance and a lot of just like keep trekking along kind of energy. Okay, let's take a look at the clarifiers. So for those of you who are new here, I'm about to pull out a bunch of new cards, and all these new cards we're going to talk about in the comprehensive reading. We usually talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these extra cards. If you want to join me for that, it's on my website. All the information is found in the description box in the comment thread down below. So if you want to check it out, you are more than welcome. So let's take a look here. First, clarifying this Three of Wands. What is it that Cancer needs to know? We have the World, we have the Six of Cups, the Five of Coins. Okay. See, I wasn't really getting a bad feeling about that Eight of Swords, and now I feel even better about it. Wheel of Fortune, Hierophant, Four of Coins. Yeah. You're not really stuck, Four of Swords with the Empress, the High Priestess. Eight of Wands, loving that feminine energy there. Two of Swords for the Page of Swords. Freshness, the fresh air, fresh opportunities. Two of Cups, there's where the communication, the relationship really is, which I love. Let's take a look at the Six of Swords with the Death card. Okay. Another Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Ten of Cups. It's an interesting place for the Nine of Swords to show up. It kind of brings it a lot less power, if I'm being honest with you. The Lovers, the Ace of Coins, the Sun. Yeah, you just feel really unshakable. Four of Cups, the Chariot, and the Five of Cups. And last but not least, for the Ace of Swords, another Ace of Swords, beautiful Nine of Coins. I'm going to pull two more just because we got a repeat there. So we have an Eight of Coins and a King of Swords. I love this reading so much. This is so cool. All right, Cancer. Again, if you want to join, description box, comment thread down below for the comprehensive reading. Thank you all so much. You guys mean the world to me. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.